Hello, everyone. Delphi Group here with another weekly UOA update. Again, we will be putting these out when we have activity, a UOA that translates to the community. And boy, this week was a crazy week for the UOA and the community, and some trades that went out that I know a lot of people did well on. Um, just starting off here is a bit of a update on the SMCI UOA we highlighted last week on these 21438 calls, which expired on Friday, and also the 45 calls, okay, that you could see they bought for 79 cents. Just an update on these because these did expire this week. So if you would have held these to expiration, boy, did you really score big on these. Okay, you can see these are the 38s we're looking at here. Okay, again, posted at 181, hit a high of over $9. Okay, amazing trade off this UOA. SMCI was just an incredible trade any way you look at it. Okay, and then the 45 calls, we could see what these did. These again were the 45s that expired, posted at 79 cents, hit a high of almost $4. Okay, so congrats to anybody who stayed in these. I know people did. I know people scaled out on the way up, which is always the right thing to do. But again, just amazing on these SMCIs, just as a follow-up. All right, so moving on to this week. This week started off with CLMT. Okay, CLMT, somebody came in and bought collectively over 13,000 of these 20 and 22 and a half calls. Okay, roughly $1.63. They still have earnings this month, but we don't know what happened here, but this thing just exploded the following day off of really no news that we could see. Okay, so you could see here posted again, and you're going to see as we go that a lot of trades were posted in the chat following some UOA. So you could see here posted that followed the CLMT, $20 calls at $1.10. Okay, I also bought the 15 calls, which I posted in there. But so looking at what happened here, okay, the very next morning, this put out this update in the chat, CLMT Kaboom, no news for the pop, was up almost 30% pre-market. Okay, the UOA came in under 16, and this was way over $20. So again, how powerful the UOA can be. Okay, now this doesn't always happen, and again, no news, so there could still be news out there, but this was pretty crazy for a move like this to happen on no news. And you could see here on the chart, highlighted the activity there, and the very next day, again, it opened up under 20, so it did come back down, but still, the trades we took did really well. One got a double, the other one almost got a double. So here you could see the 20 calls. These were the actual UOAs that were posted at $1.03, got out at $1.90. I exited those right at the open, posted that in the chat that we were getting out right at the open on that. So that was a very good move because it opened and then sold off the rest of the day. So again, that was almost a double. On the 20s, the 15s did get a double. Again, entered those at $2, exited over 4, again at the open. So actually that was the high of the day. So again, the right thing to do, and an amazing, really one-day trade in CLNT. Never a bad thing taking 100% gains overnight. So that was really good to start off the week. Next, Hood. These Hood UOAs did really good. A lot of times we see UOA coming through. That might be a play on earnings. Look, we really never know, right? It could be a hedge. But nonetheless, okay, these 6,000 Hood 56 calls came through, okay, midday, and again, highlighted earnings after the close, okay? So if we see how these did, pretty amazing. Obviously, they must have liked the Hood earnings. Again, these were posted at 370. The very next day, hit a high of almost $10, okay? So this was an amazing trade overnight again. I can't say it enough. A lot of times this happens. You guys need to cash out the next day because this happens a lot where the stock or the options will open at the high of the day and then sell off. So again, these UOAs crushed it on the Hood earnings. Okay, so now moving on. PDD. Okay, this ended up being an amazing trade for us, and I know some people took this trade. We'll get to MSTR at the end, which in itself was just unbelievable. But PDD, somebody came in, bought these 4,000 expiring 122 calls for the week. These did expire. Someone came in and bought them at $1.20. Now, what I'm going to get into here is very important, okay? And it's very important for everybody to understand this. If you're going to trade UOA, okay? A lot of times it's 50-50 on news or earnings, but for the higher percentage of trades that you might take off of there, if you see UOA being posted, okay, you need to go to the chart and look at the technicals, okay? A lot of times UOA comes in and the chart does not look favorable. It doesn't look good at all. So I'm not taking a trade. Okay, just because UOA comes through doesn't mean you just jump in, okay? You have to do a little work, look at the chart, and the times the chart and the technicals match the UOA, that could be very powerful, okay? So when these came through, I said it before, I don't trade China names, but I could not pass up this opportunity. Why? Because if we look at the chart, again, they bought these 122 calls at $1.20. Okay, we'll get to that, but look, highlighted this in our Delphi chart channel, which a lot of charts go in there. So it's very important for you guys to pay attention to that channel because, again, this is what happened here. And we do this very often on UOA that looks good. Okay, obviously, we were just talking about PDD. When we looked at the chart, we clearly saw this nice bullish cup and handle pattern forming. Okay, and with the breakout, it did break out, and now PDD was roughly $120. Okay, so we highlighted that. Okay, with the targets. So for that reason, posted a trade on PDD because of that. It looked really powerful, and those UOAs made sense. Now, I'm not going to get into AMD. This was another great trade that we had. Entered at 90 cents. Ended up going all the way to 180 for a 100% win. But the reason why I'm showing that is because this is the chat that we have, okay? I took some of those AMD profits, and you can see you're parlaying AMD profits into PDDOA from the other day, which got in at 80 cents. So remember, those were posted at $1.20. Waiting a day, maybe some favored decay, the stock didn't move much, got even a discount, so entered those at 80 cents, posted that in the chat, okay? So that ended up being an amazing move for us and people who followed, which I know some people did, getting those at 80 cents. Why? Because we could see here what happened, okay? PDD went from 80 cents, and we closed those at 380. Okay, an amazing trade, an amazing move, an amazing analysis. It can't say it enough how great of an example this is when you apply technicals to UOA. Okay, again, a lot of times the charts don't match the UOA. I don't take it, but when the charts match the UOA, it can be very powerful. Okay, so this was really an amazing trade overnight. Again, entered at 80 cents, and again, like I just said, need to close those at the open because a lot of times they do sell off. Okay, so this was again 80 cents to 380 overnight. Just an incredible trade off that UOA. Okay, but this was not the craziest or more amazing UOAs. We ended the week with just an incredible day Friday. The week ended up being one of our greatest weeks trading. But MSTR, there's no words for what happened here, okay? On Friday, really, Friday trades, day trades, which I don't do normally. Once in a while, Leviathan does an amazing job with the day trade channels in crypto. But anyway, somebody came in, they bought 10,000 of these MSTR 214s, 355 calls, okay? Now, at the time, these were $30 away, and we're talking about same day. We're talking about 214 in the morning. These came in the morning, okay? The same day, someone came in and bought 10,000 of these at 12 cents. So that caught my eye. A lot of times, though, when you see something like this, cheap options or UOAs, they could be hedges, but nonetheless, I had a feeling crypto was going to do good. So those caught my eye, and several things happened here. Okay. First, you could see here, I did play some coin, which did okay. Not great, did okay, made a little bit of money on those, but you could see here, okay, I entered MSTR calls for that day on the 14th. Piggybacking really the 355s. Okay, now look, sometimes you don't, you can play other options. You don't have to follow the exact UOAs. I ended up doing that here, like I said, at 7 cents. Okay, but I did go closer to at the money. These were about $6 out, $6 out. I think MSTR was 329 or 330, but I chose to play some closer ones for 70 cents. Okay, and then I even added more down here at 42 cents, which brought the cost average down to like 50, 54, mid 50 on these 335s. Okay, and then I also again added those. I call them super lottos at 7 cents. Okay. So you can see I put those trades out in the chat, which, and I also some other ones, which I'll get to. But thankfully, no, these, there's no words for how these did just in a short period of time. Okay. You could see these, entered the trade at 7 cents, got to a high of 40. We scaled out, or at least I scaled out. I did not get all the way to that high, but regardless, out at like 25 and 30 cents for, those were multiple 100% gains on these cheap ones. But you can see, again, the stock did not get anywhere near 355. A lot of people think it does. It does not have to make money. So again, these, incredible on these, went from 12 cents posted to hit a high of 40 cents on those 355s, right? So those did really well. And then again, just remember those 335s that I took, okay? And other ones came through here for next week. They bought 345 and 385. They added to those. 7,500 here, 4,300 here. So for that reason, I added more MSTR calls. Okay, we can see I swapped out of some of those lottos. Like I said, we scaled out. I had $1.20. And then I jumped into the 375s for $1.25. Okay, so that was almost, like I said here, almost an even swap. Okay, I bought the 221 expired 375 calls again, just post at $1.25. Again, they bought the 385s. I went $10 closer to the money with the 375s and bought those for $1.25. Okay, so, and then you can see closed out those 375s at 430. We bought it at $1.25. So these did incredibly well again. Just no words for what MSTR did. And then here we can see it on the chart. Entered the trade at 125, closed them out at 430. Okay, straight up from the time we entered. And again, just a monster gain, a monster move. A very, very short period of time on MSTR. And then again, just going back, these were just ridiculous. These were the options of the day by 335 calls I mentioned, and roughly cost average down to 55 cents. And we did not stay until $10. That's just insane. But again, scaled out on the way up. Did really well. Crushed all these MSTR positions and trades. And basically doubled the trading account this past week. And I mean, so these were the trade or options of the year, 55 cents to a high of. So that was just incredible. And what we do here at Delphi week in, week out with our trades, our day trades, our UOAs, crypto, just incredible. What we're doing here in a very short period of time. And again, this translates into you guys, the community. Okay. Again, you could see here, Big Win Willie's been crushed. He took some coin, did really well on these. And then Steven, who's new to the community, did amazing on those 375s. He got in, followed that trade, which a lot of you guys do. And he made 70% profit. I would say, by the way those options moved, probably made this within, I don't know, 15, 30 minutes. But like you said, before I knew it, I was already out 70% profit. Wow. So again, this is why we're here. This is why we do what we do for the community. And like we said down here, we're just getting started. Okay. So again, an amazing week trading, an amazing week with the UOA. And like we said, we're just getting started. Again, want to thank everyone for your support. Have a great weekend. And markets are closed Monday, so we will see you on Tuesday. Take care.